Good morning and welcome to PMB Morning Show, where politics meets business and a real issue takes center stage. Today we are looking at two stories that define the state of the nation. Tinubu must go by Oba Olaitan, and PDP and NDC ability to field presidential candidates despite all odds. The leader of the Afenifere, Oba Olaitan, has explained why Nigeria must, as a matter of urgency, replace the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led government in 2027. He said Nigeria urgently needs a change of government to address insecurity, economic hardship, and threats to democracy. This action of his has attracted widespread attention and criticism from several quarters, both positively and negatively. What are your submissions? At the same time, away from the call by Oba Olaitan on the president's political future, let us look at the several hurdles both PDP and NDC crossed to emerge as, a party with formidable candidates to contest favorably come 2027 elections. The role played by Nyesom Wike in ensuring that PDP fell to the extent it is now is something some analysts find it difficult to comprehend. However, both political parties were able to figure out their way to field candidates. Take, for example, Blessing Fubara, the NDC gubernatorial candidate for Rivers State and immediate elder brother of the current governor, similarly Fubara. Alhaji Patani, the PDP gubernatorial candidate for the PDP in Bauchi State, and so many of them are all proof of both parties' resolve in withstanding a storm. This is coming, amidst the factions Wike created in the PDP. To make matter worse, the Turaki-led faction has produced a presidential candidate in the person of former President Goodluck Jonathan. This morning, we connect the dots between leadership, accountability, and delivery, because in the end, governance is not about winning an election, but it's about making life better. Stay with us. We shall be back to look at what the newspaper have for us this morning. I am your presenter this morning, Chidi Kenneth. All right, the game has started. Congratulations to Peter Obi and Kwankwaso. They are now in the ballots. And congratulations to Goodluck Jonathan. He has been adopted as the presidential candidate for the Turaki-led PDP. And again, the statement credited to Oba Olaitan, saying that Tinubu needs to go as a matter of urgency. That's the chairman of, the Afenifere. All right, these are many more that we're going to discuss, this morning. Before then, we'll go on a short break. And when we return, we'll go straight to the newspaper review. Let's see what the people have asked for us. I am Chidi Kenneth. I'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back to PMB Morning Show. In case you're just joining us, this is the newspaper review segment of the Morning Show. I'm still Chidi Kenneth, and like I said earlier on before we went on break, that's so many contending issues. And first and foremost, before I before I begin, rather, may I use this opportunity to say Happy New Month to my viewers. Today happens to be the first day of June. That is the middle and the 6th month of the year 2026. And I just hope and pray that it's a promising month filled with grace and blessings. All right, we'll be going. I hope you join later on in the studio. But before then, let's commence. Let's roll together as we look at the newspaper headlines this morning. The first newspaper, please. All right, we have the Nation newspaper. The Nation newspaper, APC, ADC, others begin post-primary fence mending. APC, ADC, others begin post-primary fence mending. I hope you know that the fences were, were cracked. A lot of cracks on the fence of APC and ADC. And, there is what we call the post-primary fence mending. That is what we call reconciliation. In case you don't understand what they're talking about, we're trying to say that APC and ADC are going ahead to make amends. That is to beg those who are angry, aggrieved party members, those who lost primaries, those who lost, whatever it is that they lost, those who feel angry. They are going to beg them to say, please, don't go. Okay? All right, First Hold Co secures stakeholders approval for 1 trillion capital. Okay? And still on the Nation, we have party to submit candidates list from June 27 as INEX, slides to INEX slide timetable. Okay, Olawikbo and Olawikbo Kashim is accord standard bearer. Okay, Olawikbo Hasim is accord standard bearer. Okay, I think that has to do with another candidate also. Oyo kidnap 1,000 forest girls to join search. Oyo kidnap 1,000 forest girls to join search. I want to appeal to the government of Oyo State to hasten up, this rescue mission, in the sense that it's over 2 weeks now that these children has been in the bush, and who knows where if the abductors have taken these children out of the reach of Oyo State. It is, so I will appeal to them to act fast, because we don't know where those kids are now. Maybe they are not even in the country as we speak. Maybe. All right, go down. Let's see what we have down there. All right, next newspaper, please. We have the Vanguard. Education, medical, tourism drive foreign travel spending to $6 billion. You can see that school and medical tourism, that is people going to go and treat abroad, our leaders especially, going abroad to treat themselves instead of fixing our hospitals. We can see them there. Instead of fixing our universities, making it world standard, they are spending the money going abroad for their children to school, leaving the children of the poor and the average class to school here in Nigeria and treat themselves. That is the situation we find ourselves today. And we are saying, the Vanguard is saying that both school abroad and medical treatment abroad is costing Nigeria $6 billion. $6 billion. All right, we said education alone is taking $2.84 billion. Education alone is taking $2.84 billion. And of course, your guess is as good as mine. The remaining 5 point something billion, goes to medical treatments abroad. Medical treatments abroad. Okay. We are praying that our leaders will get it right, and then so we can stop this foreign investment and excuse me, spending abroad for treatment and the rest of them. All right, we have 2027. Governors FACO fears battles to maintain, seats, produce successors. Governors face fierce battles to maintain seats, produce successors. Of course, next year election is going to be keenly contested, regardless of the consensus candidature. We are going to see other political parties will give them room for their money. We are hearing in some states that the NDC and the ADC are powering hard to unseat the incumbent governors in so many states. Okay. All right. We have Oyo kidnap. Tinubu deploys 1,000 foreign guards. Tactical team sends Ribadu, IGP Defense Minister, to Oyo. Terrorists want to talk to government, not family. Alamu, principal's husband. They want to talk to government, not families. Okay. Abductions, killings, refer Nigeria to Security Council. Serap urges UN chief. Adoptions and killings, refer Nigeria to Security Council. Serap urges UN chief. Okay, and that's where we see the governor of Oyo State, consoling. Okay, let's see who is consoling. Sheyi Makinde. Okay, consoling Professor Wole Lemus. Okay, husband of the school principal who was adopted. Okay, that's a very sad story there. The husband of the, one of the women there that was kidnapped with a child. You can see the man crying and the governor consoling him. That's a sad one. Please, we are pleading. As a matter of fact, we are begging. Let them act fast, please. Please. All right, next newspaper, please. Blueprint. Wike declares amnesty for Rivers political adversaries. Wike declares amnesty for Rivers political adversaries. Okay. And the blueprint, Igbo need Nigerians, not Biafra agitation. Soludo tells Southeast. Okay. Igbo needs Nigerians, not Biafra agitation. Soludo tells Southeast. Okay. All right. Friendly. Super Eagles off to Poland for a friendly match. NNPC boosts Nigeria's fiscal strength as profit climbs to 481 billion naira. All right. We'll be seeing these figures being pronounced, and at the end of the day, we want to see it translate into the life of the common man in Nigeria. All the same congratulations to NNPC, and we are praying that they can do more. Oyo school adoption. Tinubu deploys tactical rescue team. 1,000 forest guard. Okay. Delegates NSA, IGP, Defense Minister, but Miala orders to keep the spot. Makinde urges cooperation. APC kicks. Okay. Maintenance bills. Straining in line. Okay. Central Mosque. Okay. Maintenance bills. Straining in line Central Mosque. Okay. An ADC crisis. Cut to hear Bala Gombe's suit against Mark Rebosola Wednesday. ADC crisis. Cut to hear Bala Gombe's suit against Mark Rebosola Wednesday. Okay. The cases and the crisis rocking the ADC is still on, and Mark Rebosola and David Mark and Rebosola are not yet done, being the head of the party, as long as ADC is concerned. All right. We have NDLA uncovers illicit drug hidden in water, purifiers from Europe. NDLA uncovers illicit drugs hidden in water purifiers from Europe. I want to commend the NDLA. Honestly, the NDLA is doing a very good job Just recently, we also found out where they discovered, one of those clandestine factories where meta drugs was being manufactured, and we were able to apprehend 3 foreigners, that were responsible for the manufacturing of those drugs. We see our federal government targets 37,000 women, youth in livestock empowerment scheme. 37,000 women and youth in livestock empowerment scheme. Nigerian forex reserves climbs to 48.34 billion and equities gain for 44.31 billion despite weak market brief. All right, the rider there is that Tinubu deploys tactical rescue team and 1,000 forest guard. Our prayer is that they will find these children and then rescue them. These children has been battered and messed up. I just hope when they come out from that bush, they will still become normal. And then the court case involving David Mark and Arebosola. Let's see what comes out on Wednesday. I hope we're not going to see another abracadabra, another drama. It's time for drama to rest. Let's start politicking. Let's start campaigning. Let's see who the cap fits 2027. All right, next newspaper, please. Tribune. Tinubu approves recruitment of 1,000 forest guards. All right, some newspapers say deployed. Deploy means they are already in existence. But here we are hearing approves recruitment of 1,000 forest guards. Okay, deploy special rescue team. Chief of Army Staff, NSA, IGP, Defense Minister, others visit community. National Union of Teachers declared strike in Oyo. Holds nationwide solidarity rallies today. Makinde cautions against protest. Says public demonstration could, embolden kidnappers. Well, Makinde, I don't know where you got that statement that excuse me, that public demonstration or strike or protest is going to make the kidnappers more bold. Well, I don't think so. In my own opinion, people should have the right to protest. I don't know why our leaders are against protest. Protest is a civil right of a citizen. It's a civil way of expressing your grievance to government. If you feel aggrieved, it is your right under the law to protest peacefully. And coming to tell me that it will embolden kidnappers is one thing I find difficult to believe and understand. Those who feel aggrieved, you are not fixing the problem. And it's all about talk. And this is over 2 weeks now. These children are dying silently in the bush. Okay? Cancer jab can eradicate entire tumors in patients. Trial shows. Cancer jab can eradicate entire tumor in patients. Trial shows. NNPC generates 5 trillion revenue as crude oil output hits 1.68 million barrel per day. 1.68 mbpd, that's million barrel per day. Benga Hashim emerges Accord Party presidential candidate. Benga Hashim emerges Accord Party presidential candidate. So we have another presidential candidate in the person of Benga Hashim. But this time around, Accord Party, I think, has one governor, which is the governor of Osun State. We call him the popular dancing governor, Adeleke. And he is a member of the Accord Party. And then we have them producing a presidential candidate. That's a serious one. Yeah, the battle is getting interesting. More interesting. All right, let's see if we still have any other newspaper there. The Punch is punching this morning on your adoption. National Union of Teachers strike begins as Tinubu sends 1,000 forest guards. National Union of Teachers strikes begins as Tinubu sends 1,000 forest guards. Teachers to hold nationwide rally. Shut Oyo schools. NSA IG visits troubled Oyo communities. Well, it's expected, I must say, because children cannot be celebrating Children's Day while we have children in the bush. It is absurd. It's unthinkable. And then the first hold co secures stakeholders' approval for 1 trillion capital, signaling bold strategic reset. Banks, bad loans rise after CBN ends forbearance. Bad loans rise after CBN ends forbearance. All right, so one of the major highlights, headline making the round on almost all the newspaper is that of the NUT strike, and then Tinubu sending forest guards and giving marching order to the NSA and the chief of staff, the chief of army staff, and the rest of them. All right, Labour rejects 100,000 minimum wage proposal. Nigeria Labour Congress is at it again. This time around, it has to do with the issue of 100,000. I don't know why they are paying 100,000 naira minimum wage. Where we are seeing APC governors allegedly contributing 800 billion naira for campaigns. Well, it's sad. What is going on? It's sad, man. All right, US commits $3.5 million to monitor Nigerians' religious violence. $3.5 million to monitor Nigerians' religious violence. US commits such an amount of money. Well, thank you very much. We do hope that one of these gifts are not Greek gifts. They are what it is. Okay. Next newspaper, please. We have the sports newspaper here. Onachu wins goal of the season award. Onachu wins goal of the season's awards. And Oshime dismisses Ghana's exit rumors. The rumor that Oshime is leaving Galatasaray, he has come to clear the air that he's a liar. I'm going nowhere. And of course, AIK begins Johanna transfer talks. Arsenal holds parade as Arteta eyes more titles. Arsenal holds parade as Arteta eyes more title. Nnadozie suffers women's FA Cup final defeat. Nnadozie suffers women's FA final defeat. Nnadozie is one of our goalkeepers and is doing well for herself. 2026 World Cup countdown. 10 days to go. 10 days to go for the 2026 World Cup. Chile's headache. Oshime, Lukman, absence. Hit Eagles ahead Portugal-Poland friendlies. Of course, two of them will not be around to feature in the friendlies. Well, if you want to know the reasons, you can grab a copy of the Sports Punch Extra. It's just 100 naira, and then you get to know what's going on in the newspaper. All right. We have Falcons open camp for Senegal friendlies. Falcons open camp for Senegal's friendlies. Okay, the Falcons seems to be powering more and trying their strength by way of friendly matches with other strong contenders in Africa. We have Gerard backs Iraola for Anfield role. Gerard backs Iraola for Anfield's role. Okay. And Maguire offered to Inter. Maguire, wow, the defensive midfielder, offered to Inter. Okay. Uruguay's coach drops Suarez. Uruguay's coach drops Suarez. Oh, Suarez, the man with a magic hand that denied Ghana the chance of getting to the semi-finals I think one was one of the World Cups that was played, I think, sometime early 2000 or so. Okay, Brazil hands Yema number 10 shirt. Brazil hands Nema number 10's shirt. And again, Barca proposed 13 million euro Rashford fee. Barca proposed 13 million euro Rashford fee. Cricket. Tigers win inaugural Nigerian Super League. Tigers win inaugural Nigerian Super League. Amusan smashes meets record in Rabat. Okay, that's one of our, I think, sprinter there. Doing well for ourselves. Flamingos trash Guinea 11-0. Oh, what was that? Was it football or basketball? Flamingos trash Guinea 11-0. Flamingos, more or less the junior Falcons, trashing Guinea 11-0. One would wonder what kind of football was that. 11-0 is not something one would want to see on the screen. That shows that the Guinea national team of the Flamingo of the junior female team needs to do more. Okay, and I think what else we have there. I want to also congratulate Arsenal for a game well played, and for Saturday, you know, it ended 0-0, and it was a penalty shootout. Of course, we know penalty goes either way, but I still want to congratulate them for fighting hard. I want to say well done, Arsenal and Arsenal fans. Although we saw videos and pictures on social media where some Arsenal fans were actually weeping and crying. Okay, that's all we have for the newspaper this morning. And when we go on a break. When we return, we shall be looking at some very important topics. But before then, this is Politics and Business Television. My name is Chidi Kenneth. Stay tuned. Please go nowhere. We'll be back after this time out. All right, welcome back. In case you're just joining us, this is Politics and Business Television here in the city of Abuja. My name is Chidi Kenneth, and I'm going to go straight to the first topic of today. While I wait for my panelists to join me, please, I will advise that you join me online as we, look at the very strong statement, I beg your pardon, made by the leader of the Afenifere group. The Afenifere group, as you know, is the highest social pressure group, if I may say, from the southwest. The leader of Afenifere, Oba Olaitan, made a very strong statement, and it explained why Nigerians, through the ballots, market emphasis, must, as a matter of urgency, replace the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu led government in 2027. He said Nigeria urgently needs a change of government to address insecurity, economic hardship, and threats to democracy. This action of his has attracted widespread attention from several quarters, both positively and negatively. The question I want to ask you this morning, viewers, is what are your submissions? Now, it will interest you to know that before now, there have been so many talks on the performance of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and in this government, we have recorded more, terrorist attacks. In fact, it is so serious that we're beginning to see where the terrorists are now becoming bolder by killing 4 generals in 4 months. The last was Hussein Ibrahimo, and then we see where children have been adopted, children have been maimed in the bush and forest, and there we are. And of course, we have been borrowing, and Nigeria, got to the extent where we are seen and rated as the 3rd highest borrowers in the world. That not being enough, we also find out the issue of the fuel subsidy that was removed, and reasons given that monies will be saved. As it is now, rather than saving money, we are borrowing money, and again, fuel is also rising. Today, premium motor spirit known as the petroleum or fuel, as it is popularly called, is about 1,400 naira per liter, leaving Nigerians with so much untold hardship in the area of food. Going by insecurity, we see the children adopted in Oyo State. And just recently this morning, we're hearing that the president is also asking that forest guards to join in the hunt for those kids. Now, what do you make of this statement? What are your thoughts? A man of such profile, a leader of one of the highest socio-political group in the Southwest, if not the highest, the Afenifere, is coming out this time to say, no, enough is enough. Oba Olaitan is one man who, has so much concern for his people, and he has the ears and listenership of his children. It's another statement in his right and by all standards, as long as the Nigerian politics is concerned. But before I go into details, let me also say that congratulations to Peter Obi. He is now the presidential candidate of the NDC and is in the ballot. We have Kwankwaso, who is also the vice presidential candidate of the NDC as well. Well, we're also hearing that, which forms one of the basis of our discussion this morning, or on what we come to this, was trending. We have the likes of Goodluck Jonathan also being in the ballot, and some may also argue, what is Goodluck Jonathan coming to do after saying he's retiring from active politics? What is it that he forgot? Well, we're going to see how it plays out in 2027. But before then, let's also buttress more on the statement credited to Olaitan, the Afenifere leader. Okay, why must Tinubu leave as during the ballots? He also is explaining something that he explained that Nigerians through the ballot. The ballot means voting. Some people are saying that no, your vote don't count. And I'm trying to say that your vote counts. In case you're listening to me, your vote counts. It's so strong, and that is why you see all sorts of, campaign of calumny going on, sharing bag of rice and the rest of them. Your vote counts. Go and get your PVC. Next year is a decider for the country. You either decide to suffer or you decide to get out of the suffering. Either way, you just have to decide. And Mr. Oladipo has also, Olaitan, that is a Afenifere leader, has also encouraged you to do so by way of voting. Do not sit down at home. Don't be an onlooker. Make sure you come out and vote. And that is what he's trying to encourage us. And as a matter of urgency, he said the issue of removing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he didn't just say you should vote him out. He said it is a matter of urgency. A matter of urgency. And that should be done without any further ado. Again, according to him, he said that Nigeria urgently needs a change of government to address insecurity. I mentioned that we have seen the worst of insecurity in so many years in this very dispensation. So much so that children are in the bush and suffering while Children's Day was ongoing. We have also seen a situation where the economic hardship, where we have untold hardship, and things are beginning to get worse in terms of the economy, of course, and threats to democracy. Threats in the sense that we are beginning to see all forms of, democratic militarization, as it were, in our politics. Okay, I will be going on a short break, and when I return, I'll be going straight to, we'll be continuing with the discussion. But for now, please stay tuned. I'll be back after this time. My name is Tichidi Kenneth. When I come back, we'll discuss further and see how we can further buttress this issue. What are your thoughts? Should Tinubu stay? Do you align yourself with the statement credited to Oba Oladipo? Are you in support of that statement? Please join me. Feel free to join on our social media handle and follow us on our YouTube channels as we dive more and deeply into this discussion for today. My name is Chidi Kenneth. I'll be right back after this time. All right, welcome back. In case you're just joining us, this is Politics and Business Television live here in the nation's capital. My name is Chidi Kenneth, and like I did say before we went on break, that the very strong statement credited to the leader of the Afenifere, Oba Olaitan, has sparked up a lot of controversies and concern, although this is not the first time he's making comments like that. But this time around, he's adding so much emphasis on it by saying it's a matter of must and urgency. That Tinubu should please leave that seat. We should vote him out. And he stated his reasons. All right, in case you're just looking at me and wondering what's going on, just joining me in the studio, I have with me Madam Mickey, one of our political analysts and in-house presenter too. Madam Mickey, good morning.
Morning. Happy new week to you.
Yes, happy month of June. Right. And we are in the 6th month of the year.
Yes, yes.
You can see that Oba Olaitan has come again. This time around is not the issue of tribalism now, because the situation on ground is not is what affects the eyes is affecting the nose. What affects now, at some point that insecurity was hovering around the north, now it's in the west, and we are hearing some form of if we're going by the statement of Senator Enya Aberibe, it will soon move to the east again. In fact, the statement he made, according to him, that what we are going expecting to see 2027 might look or more or be worse than what we saw at the Civil War. Now, Oba Olaitan is saying, whatever, by all means necessary, Tinubu must be voted out. And I'm still wondering why some people are still hell-bent on trying to criticize his statement, although it's their own opinion. He cited so many reasons. Of course, the issue of insecurity, economic hardship, threats to democracy, and what have you. He said, this action of his, of course, has attracted widespread attention, criticism from several quarters, both positively and negatively. The question I want to ask this morning is, what are your own views?
Right. Oba Olaitan, speaking for the Afenifere, yes. Afenifere has been very vocal, quite unlike other, for want of a better word, parapo organizations, which are very my brother. He is my brother. Tiwa-ish. The Afenifere has not told that path over the past democratic cycles. We'll cite the example of when President Tinubu wanted to contest. Recall that he was not the choice of the cabal under Buhari to succeed Buhari. Neither, it seems, was he the choice of Afenifere. Then the leader was Pa Adebayo, now of blessed memory. And Pa Adebayo warned Nigerians and said, I'm warning all Nigerians, do not elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Do not elect him. Yes.
The late one is late.
Yes, Pa Adebayo. He said categorically, do not. He did not mind Parapo, he did not mind Tiwa, he did not mind his brother, yes, our Yoruba. Yes, he said categorically, do not vote for him. You are not going to find the administration pleasant. Before he passed on. Well, his statement seemed to have carried some bit of weight in the sense that Lagos did not vote Tinubu. So for whatever it's worth, his statement had some grade of weight in the southwest. Now we come to see another election cycle coming up, and still the same Afenifere is speaking out again.
This the incumbent leader now.
Right. With Tinubu as incumbent, Afenifere speaking out, and Oba Olaitan now taking the leadership mantle and towing the same path that his predecessor had said, and he said categorically he must be replaced. That is, make it a one-term issue. He stated indices which are, the Nigerian
statement as a matter of urgency.
Right. As a matter of urgency, because we have only one more year. If we lose, what he's saying is if you lose that re-election cycle, the next 4 years will be nothing compared to this. Like you have cited the other senator from the southeast who said, what will happen in the area of insecurity will be likened to a civil war.
That's a Baribe.
Yes.
So statements from such prominent Nigerians and figures, yes, shows that there's something they know that we don't know.
It also shows that people are no more keeping quiet. In the past, what we used to have was that collect, and apply what they call table manners. When you're eating, you don't talk. So just chop, clean your mouth, and keep quiet. But now we have figures like this who definitely have tasted government.
How much more food to eat?
That's what the Nigerians. But for them, at least they've tasted government largesse. But they're still speaking out. They're not applying table manners anymore. They're not saying, well, let me just, keep, when you're eating, you keep quiet. Whatever is going on, keep quiet, just eat your. They are not doing it any longer. They're speaking out. They're saying, listen, this will not continue. If it continues, do not think it's going to be the same business. It's going to be a nosedive. That's what they are trying to say tonight.
What are you going to eat? Why should you even remain silent? Are you going to eat and be keeping quiet when children are in the bush crying?
They're on Children's Day.
On Children's Day, did you see that very wicked and inhuman treatment melted at those kids? Sometimes I was wondering, the person doing that thing, that man that was melting that rubber at the back of those kids and was laughing. Sometimes I wonder what kind of heart he has.
I also wonder about the heart of the person filming it. As he couldn't rush at him and push his hand away to stop that now. At least the children are here, they're here. They understand for whatever it's worth. He filmed it. He was laughing towards him. Both of them were laughing. Both of them are culpable.
Well, now let's look at the indices highlighted by Oba Olaitan.
Right.
The first one was on the issue of insecurity. Has Tinubu done well in the area of insecurity? Has he done well? No.
What did Olaitan say?
I thought he said he said that let me read it in its clear terms. He said Nigeria urgently needs a change of government to address insecurity, economic hardship, and threat to democracy. Now let's look at insecurity first. Before we came to arrive at this place, we were talking about the children in your state. I saw so many pictures over the weekend, very terrifying pictures. I felt like crying. Children, because I love children. What were their offenses? Just being a Nigerian? Unprovoked attacks?
Going to school.
Going to school.
Like any other child in the world.
Any other child. And these are future leaders, as claimed. In fact, over the weekend, the husband of the woman that was kidnapped, the man was crying that his wife is being used. And they are sending him pictures of how the wife was being used and being messed around in the bush. What a trauma. And this morning I saw in front of one of the newspapers showing where the governor, of Oyo State, Engineer Makinde, consoling the man. And Amiki, insecurity in Nigeria. We've had so many statements bordered on insecurity. At first, the former military leader, late blessed memory General Sani Abacha, said, any insecurity that lasts over 48 hours, the government knows about it. And secondly, Gumi said that the government knows the names and locations of all the terrorists or bandits, whatever it is. And now we are hearing Abadi saying insecurity is going to end after 2027 election. And Abadi is coming to say what is coming before us is worse or could be likened to the Civil War. With all these statements,
right?
Do you see some form of hypocrisy in the way and manner security is being handled in Nigeria?
Well, no Nigerian, no matter your political divide, can say that security is at least on a lockdown any longer in Nigeria. So we are so insecure. Now, the problem we're facing in this administration is that insecurity, as per banditry, let me say, and wanton killing, insurgency, was localized. As at now, it is like, hope we're safe in Abuja. I hope we're safe in Oyo. I hope we're safe in Kwara. And the answer for Kwara and Oyo is now no. Which means it's no more localized. It is spreading. So if you inherited a state of insecurity that was localized from point A to point B, under your administration, the insecurity still at point A to point B and adding C, D, E, and F, can you reasonably say that you have contained insecurity? Can you honestly say so? And if so, what are the new strategies that are being put in place? Normally we hear, the other Inspector General of Police was shifted out. This new one was asked to give, in a very short space of time, give a documentary or dossier for how we're going to implement state police. Has it been implemented? Has it been implemented now? No. So what are the new things?
Just it was just romanced, and the whole thing looked as though it was going to come out. In fact, a lot of it, my concern in this government is that you just see too many talks and talks and talks and talks, alleged talks, and the rest of them, no action.
At the time you're wasting with over action, the bandits are now penetrating. They are not talking, they are acting. They are not wasting time. Can you imagine somebody, a teacher? We already know the Nigerian proverb for the teachers that your reward is in heaven. So we're talking about somebody who maybe from January to June has only received 1 month out of 6 months salary. Somebody who has no working conditions. There's no car, there's no official car, nothing. And you're going to look after a horde of children because there's no limit to the class. Normally after 25, I think 27 would have been a normal class limit. Now there's no limit. As many as come in that session, you put them into the class. So you can imagine he's cracking his brains taking care of these young children. And the best he got from Monday morning, he went to work, was to have himself abducted, placed in the bush, and his neck cleared off. Okay, now this has happened. The video shows he's dead. Till now, the family is crying even for the security agencies to go and locate the body. I mean, what is going on? What is happening? It was after Nigerians had screamed and shouted and cried, where is the president? Where is the first lady? Where is anybody? That was when we discovered that a delegation was sent by helicopter yesterday, who landed as at yesterday, Ogbomoso. We don't know if they've even reached the bush area. Is it LA, some locality where the event took place, where the ugly incident, let me not call it an event, the ugly incident took place. So now they've been in the bush for 15 days. It took you 15 days to decide to send a delegation. How does that inspire the next Nigerian?
15 days of no comments.
No comments, no statements, nothing. It was blank out until the Nigerians started screaming, shouting, where are you? What? And no statement, nothing, no action. What is going on? Then you now decided to send this delegation. I mean, by the time an incident as ugly as that happened, 15 days. It's the same helicopter, it's the same set of delegations, the same people.
You think those children and the terrorists will be within the shores of Oyo State by now?
It's as if all of them are still alive, because at least we've seen some beheaded and slaughtered. So we are talking of even those that are left. Would they leave all of them alive?
All right, let's go to economic hardship now. What are your thoughts?
Well, I've never shied away from saying that all the candidates contested on the bill of removal of fuel subsidy. So now the problem now will be implementation. We've implemented it in a way and manner that the excess money accumulated from removal of fuel subsidy was directed to the state governors. Has it worked? The question is, why is government not taking steady, what should I call it? A steady checkup, sort of. Let's see how far. Functions. Yes, let's see how far has the implementation worked?
Has it been yielding results?
Have the CNG buses we promised, have we been able to release them? If not, what's another palliative for these people? And I keep saying it, I'll say it, I'll talk myself blue, black and blue. You governor that you received what's it called? The fuel subsidy money. Subsidize transport for the people in your state. You can comfortably do that. Subsidize it in your state.
Did you have the video of the governor of Abia State? The bus train that he built?
The what?
The bus train.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you have it. Just, do you have that video? Please, go there. If you can get it for us, please. I'd like us to see what a governor of a state did. That is the same governor of the same revenue.
Right. With the same, what is it called? Removal of subsidy. He is deploying it to transportation for his people. Why are the rest not, we're not hearing anything? And for the federal government, you promised all these conversion centers, you promised all these CNG buses. I have never, if you see me in the office every day, this FY, find your way. Find your way.
Okay, you've done
find your way back. Never seen the CNG bus, Who is it available to? And so these are the kind of, reports we need to be seeing. We've discovered that this is this and this is the way, so we have decided to do this is nothing. From the first, they said, oh, now subsidy has been removed, and this money is going to be directed to the governors, and the governors are going to, when it's Christmas Day, you pay for the rail line. You should have even asked any other Nigerian, is there a rail line to your state? Is there a rail line to your state?
There's nothing.
There's nothing to mine.
There's nothing at all.
This is on today, off for the rest of the year. So for you to say, oh, every Christmas we're going to pay, okay, since this is 3 years of the administration, the first year you paid the rail line.
Yes, have you seen it, Josie?
What was the outcome?
You have the video? Have you seen the video? Okay. Well,
anyway, many a Nigerian has seen it. It was a trending video where we had the Abia State Governor, the person of
I just sent it to you.
Mr. Alex Oti, commissioning a fully completed station terminal. Let's not even call it. It's a complete bus terminal, and in fact, it's operational as it is. Contrast that to the one we have in Kukbo, which rain carried the roof. And
we are trying to pronounce Kubo. The one built by the FCT minister Wike, that was blown away by some form of wind.
No Nigerian has ever even penetrated the building, not to talk of taking a bus. They're not that now the building is now desolate.
Blown away by the wind. Okay. All right, we'll be going on a short break. When we return, I just hope I'm going to show you some pictures to also show you what is going on in the country. This is Politics and Business Television. Please stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back after this time out. All right, welcome back to PMB Morning Show here in the city of Abuja. My name is Chidi Kenneth, and I still have with me in the studio Madam Mickey Atta this morning. And before we went on break, so sorry, we were trying to ensure that we get some videos to make sure we serve you better so that you can enjoy, and tag along with us as we proceed in this morning discussion. Before we went on break, we were talking about a statement credited to Oba Olaitan, stating that Tinubu just have to leave urgently by way of voting him out of power. And this statement has, generated all sorts of, attention. He also cited the issue of economic hardship, insecurity, and threat to democracy. Madam Mickey,
yes,
welcome back.
Thank you.
Threat to democracy.
Right.
Well, how has it been looking at the statement from Oladipo? Threat to democracy.
Well,
have we been experiencing activities that shows that we are not really practicing democracy?
Well, it a little bit impinges on our next topic, so let's not let the cat out of the bag on that threat. But looking at other areas, our civil society spaces have completely shrunk. It's reached a point that some people are scared. Let me not post this, or let me not say this, let me not do this, let me not, you're living in a kind of, it's like we're edging into a kind of a police state. Now, why this is important is the fact that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is somebody Nigerians associate with Nadeco. They associate them with, this kind of civil struggle to get the military out of the democratic space, out of rulership in Nigeria. We associate him with so many strikes, with so many demonstrations, with so much of placard carrying, with protests.
Statements.
Yes. But in fact, to the extent of asking a sitting president, resign and go. If we talk about all these indices you're talking of, he said for insecurity that Jonathan cannot handle it. Resign and go. Talking about, what was the other one? Human suffering?
Yes, economic hardship.
Talking about economic hardship, he had said they all went out on the streets and protested the same removal of subsidy. They were on 114 then, and asked that Jonathan, the government needs to either take their hands off removal of fuel subsidy or leave the stage. We're talking about, which was the other one?
Of course, threat to democracy.
Threat to democracy. Threat to democracy wasn't even ongoing then. That we were not even having threat to democracy. What the problem then we were really facing was internal democracy, where they were kind of imposing, and they paid dearly for it and had to exit from being the ruling party. But here you are now. Every time there's I fainted last time. I slumped to the ground. I was out on assignment trying to interview those who went out for the Free Nnamdi Kanu protest. My goodness. I have never seen so much police presence in Abuja in my life. I don't mean in my whole life. At a point, it was like, is Abuja under siege? Are we under war? And guess who they were firing at? We, the innocent people who came out for our work. The others who came out on peaceful protest. After all, the Nnamdi Kanu was in your custody. Even if they protested now till 100 years to come, if you were not releasing, you won't. So why then were you firing, landing some people into great beyond? So this is what he's talking about. The democratic space, you're squeezing it. Civil rights. We saw how underage teenagers were locked up for like 2 years just for talking about end bad governance. Wouldn't it have been better for you to then end the bad governance? Those children were locked up, and what did they do? You said they held up Russian flag. Ask any of them if they know what is Russian flag. Did they even know what is Russian flag they were holding up?
For them, they were wearing a costume.
I mean, for them, it was just, let's go out on the streets and join in this protest.
And have fun.
Russia didn't even complain. It was, so these are the kind of incidences. If it happens, if something happens once or twice, you say, this is not really nice. But when it continues, then you're setting a bad precedent. Now we already know. Anybody going out for protest already knows, as I'm protesting, the next place I'm going might not be my house. It's custody now. The next place I'm going now, he's being picked up for protesting, which is part of our rights, which you used to exercise when you were not in that.
He was a chieftain.
You're well known of it. You're well known for it. We associate you with it. We were happy. Said, oh, finally, somebody who has, felt the pains, the pinches, has stood up in the trenches for the people. But, sadly, what we're seeing is.
All right, do we have the videos ready now? I would like viewers there to see, a particular video where a governor in a particular state in Nigeria built a bus terminal that can be judged to be, that can favorably beat and as smart and out, I don't know what language to use, most airports in many states in Nigeria. Just a bus terminal. If a governor can build this kind of bus terminal, I can imagine what the airport, and he's building an airport, what the airport will be like. Can we just look at that video, please? Let's see. Wow. Madam Mickey, I'm speechless.
You see, this is what Nigerians have been begging.
Good governance is possible.
Good governance. One leader. It just takes one leader. Once you have one leader in place, you see the difference. That's why I'm
still shaking my head.
I don't like where people give up hope. Just one leader can bring about that. Now you can imagine, he knows that axis, the normal, the average person from that area is business oriented. It's not like a civil service state and that kind of thing. So you can imagine the suffering of the people who are from that Abia, going to maybe to Lagos to pick up goods coming in from Cotonou and that kind of an area. They will come in on the terrible Nigerian roads and get into the bus terminal, which is like horrible. And meanwhile, you may have to pass the night. So you're sleeping, lying down, with one eye open, watching your goods. Now all that is over. I even saw escalator. I said, I'm not dreaming. Maybe this escalator is for decoration. Luckily, the video showed us that it was operational. So it's not that kind of, some of these politicians, if they commission something, hey, you're like, wow.
Well, I will say this. I don't think Governor Oti is a politician.
Really? Really? He's a leader.
He's a leader. At best call him a leader.
Right.
He's not a politician. And I don't want to address him as a politician. He's a man who fears God. Now, looking at that bus terminal, and he's building an airport. If a bus terminal...
I thought the bus terminal was even an airport. Because we have one little cupboard. We have one little cupboard here at Secretariat now. Didn't you see it? You're compared to that. Now, it's just like a little cupboard compared to what we see. Because the bus terminal right at the side, as usual, under lock and key. We saw them hurrying to build it up. And since then, I can't even see where bus is going to transition into that place. Because the 4 lanes by the Secretariat, where are you getting?
We don't have time. Let me just say this. What would the buses be like that will park here?
Oh, right.
You can imagine the beautiful buses that will
I know. Look at the flooring. and then you can see the arrow pointing to the toilet. Usually, you're like, please, could I ease myself? And say, oh, you have to go over to that petrol station. Go over to this or that petrol station. He
now named it after the electoral commissioner that ensured that he won the election.
Nigerians cannot
Nena Oti, that stood her ground. Professor Nena Oti stood her ground.
Yeah.
She was offered billions of naira to rig the election.
Right.
And she said, no, not on
the results.
That the right thing must be done. And she was invited. And of course, the bus station was named after her, Nena Oti. I mean,
Professor Nena Oti.
I don't know what else to say. I'm speechless. And I hope other governors are saying this. See, governors is... I hope my state governor is seeing this.
I hope I'm seeing this. Because if I want to get all the time abroad, don't they see it abroad?
If the governors in the 5 states surrounding Abuja can fix their states, nobody will come to Abuja. If Niger State, Nasarawa, Kogi,
nobody would come to suffer here.
What are you stealing government money for? Okay, just see now.
More than enough chairs. Some places.
Departure lounge.
Arrival. Come and pick up your goods. There's so much lift. That my dream. I thought there was only elevator, so there's even lift. Please, can we have one in this building?
Look at the road in front of.
We need one in this building.
No, look at the road in front of the bus terminal. Look at the city.
My knees are going to knock off with this staircase.
Now, Madam Mickey. This is just 3 years. 3 years.
Bus terminal.
This is 3. He has transformed Aba. Aba now has 24 hours light.
Yeah. More here.
I don't want to talk further. Say no more.
So this is what we're talking about. Since you've devolved the money for fuel subsidy, devolve them to the governors. Go around, do an assessment check.
3 years in government. 3 years in government. Let's see what happens in the next. By the time he's done with 4 years, and the next 4 years again, hopefully. Does this man need to campaign?
Meanwhile, I thought airport, all those kind of things were under federal. You're not
even answering the question. The governor, does he need to campaign for second term?
All you have to do is bring out scorecard. All you're doing is scorecard. You're not like campaigning. I will do this. I promise. Scorecard. You're true.
We are looking into it.
By the time I come,
ensuring that government
that's for all.
We have set the country on a path of prosperity. What part? And after 30 years, I remember when I heard of Vision 2020.
Okay.
We're past 2020 now. We're in 2026. The vision is not. There's no vision anywhere.
Oh my goodness.
All right, what a place to leave it at the first topic. We'll be going on a short break, and when we return, we'll be going straight to the second topic, and then we go to the last segment of the morning show. My name is Kenneth Chidi. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this time out. Borders on, the ability of PDP and NDC to field presidential candidates despite all odds. All right, let's look at the several hurdles both PDP and NDC crossed to emerge as a party with formidable candidates to contest favorably come 2027 election. The role played by Yesu Wike, the current Minister of FCT, in ensuring that the PDP fell to the extent it is now is something some analysts find it difficult to comprehend. However, both political parties were able to field, to figure out their way out to field candidates. Take, for example, we have in Rivers State, the immediate elder brother of the current governor, Blessing Fubara, who is currently the gubernatorial aspirant of the NDC, and of course, the gubernatorial candidate for Rivers State, and of course, and the immediate, one of the brothers of the Fubara again also contesting for the Senate. The Fubaras are out this time around. We have Alhaji Patani. Patani also is the PDP gubernatorial candidate for PDP in Bauchi State, and so many other candidates. All right, these are all proof of both parties' resolve in withstanding the storm. This is coming amidst the factions Wike created in the PDP. To make matters worse, the Turaki-led faction has produced a presidential candidate in the person of former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. So, Madam Mickey, welcome back. We have Goodluck Jonathan in the Turaki-led faction. We have Peter Obi and Kwankwaso on the NDC ballot. We have, of course, the current president, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And we have Laji Atiku Abubakar. Then this morning, we also have this, one of the candidates in a court party. I think, what's his name again? We have a candidate on the court party now. Olowoye or something, a court party. Of course, Makinde is there for the APM. We have so many presidential candidates. Next year promises to be very interesting. All right, do we have our pictures ready?
Okay, right. It has been a very, very interesting, very, very tedious, very, very. There you have the first thing you're seeing there on your screen is a certificate of return, which was to be presented to His Excellency Goodluck Ebele Jonathan after the affirmation that could not be. So at the end of the day, it was presented actually to Representative Fred Agbedi. Fred Agbedi collected it on his behalf and promised that at a later day is going to be publicly presented to the president. Now, I would like you to show the invitation where there's a picture of Goodluck and an invitation where it says people are to come to A class. I want you to show the venue. It's coming up on your screen right now, where you see those to the PDP invitation with Goodluck's face. Then you see the NDC invitation. Both of them were to take place on Saturday, 2 days ago over the weekend. Well, while that is coming up, let me just show to a viewer. You can see here, this is my tag. I was present. You can see PDP, People's Democratic Party, Presidential Primary Election 2026. So I was right there. So I'm telling you an eyewitness view. The whole vicinity was cordoned off. That's, where police cars will park alongside, shutting movement. These are all that area in Wuse are beautiful gardens and event centers, alongside. So you can imagine the economic loss. Now, these people had paid for the venue, and all of a sudden, the FCDA brought out a notice saying that any unregistered political party should not be accommodated in a private, venue.
What right do they have?
Please now. So you mean that myself and yourself, who are not even in any political party at all, don't we have the right to pay and come into a hall and sit down and discuss anything we want to discuss?
The hall belonging to private.
For goodness sake, the private man said he was harassed and asked to make a refund on the day. He said, well, they've already paid. So at the end of the day, they cordoned off the whole place. The PDP people came and assembled at the front of the venue. They were still, chased away from that area. However, they had still enough time at least to make some sort of a queue and ask, do we all go for him? It was a voice affirmation. So that was easy to be done, not unlike, the direct primaries. So that was there. Thank you very much. You see, the invitation to the Special National Convention, right? For the ratification, it was only a ratification as presidential candidate of PDP. See, venue, A-class event center. Kashim Ibrahim Wuse 2. Thank you very much, MCR. Now, every road leading from Wuse 2 into that space. This is the one for the NDC. Thank you very much, MCR. Special seats, special convention. This was also a ratification as well, or affirmation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Peter Obi was the only sole candidate. Goodluck Jonathan was the sole candidate. So it wasn't as if they were gathering there to start 1, 2, 3, 20, nothing.
1,000, 2,000.
Please put up the NDC one so that you can even see the venue. Then you sympathize with them. La Finesse Event Center and Garden, opposite FAB Global Center. They had to take it to the outskirts of Abuja to avoid the same kind of incident, which actually they had faced in the past. Prior to this time, there had been an event.
So I was saying that the Minister of FCT was trying to do everything possible to ensure that gatherings did not hold.
I'm not saying we saw it happen. We saw it physically happen.
Can you show them? Show them your car, please. Take a zoom. Zoom it, please. Let's see.
If you can zoom this.
Zoom it very well. Okay.
This is my press pass. See it. PDP, People's Democratic Party. You can see the umbrella sign.
You were there live.
2026 presidential primary election. You can see it. Press pass. It meant nothing to them. Meant nothing. Even the officials. And then, you know what is ironic? Is that later on, the minister granted an interview and said that actually it's only the people who INEC would bring out on the portal. Those are the ones that people should allow to come to their venue.
So what's the business of NBC there? Why are they gagging NBC?
But do you know what is so funny? The names that appear on the INEC portal, it's one of the names right there on the INEC portal is the vice chairman, current vice chairman of this Turaki-led faction. After all, it's not non-members that are going to be in the expo. It's the same them. So the names that they're saying, oh, only go for those names, at least 2 of those names appear on the INEC portal. So whichever way you look at it is totally undemocratic. If you want to claim right over, you are wrong. The right you're claiming is actually wrong. And like you said, what concerns NDC, which shows you that your focus of attention, which shows the threat, which shows the fear. Yes, that's what it looks like now. Is Peter Obi. The fear is Goodluck Jonathan. Isn't it? Because so many others, like you, thank God you mentioned at least 4, who have also, made us know their own presidential candidate, that are even sole candidates. What about AAC? Omoyele Sowore? They are sole candidates. They had them in venues here in Abuja. Why didn't you cordon off those venues? Why were those places not sealed off? So that means those are the focus of your fear. Yes, that's what it's coming to look like to a Nigerian. Is that the focus? Is that the fear? Everybody, we are living under the rule of law. Anything else you want us to do is that means we're moving urgently into Banana Republic. Yes, we're moving into Banana
Republic. Now let's bring it down to state levels where we have the footballers now. It is glaring now that SIM card, as popularly known, is not going to contest again.
Similar footballer.
Yes, there's this allegation of making the round that is signed for 1 term. But now the 2 footballers have decided to take the bull by the horn. His elder brother Blessing footballer, which I want to believe is not as calm, as gentlemanly as it, because in my own judgment, SIM footballer is on the calm. I wish he was my kind of person. And maybe by now we'll slug it out.
Well, we had advised him.
We'll slug it out.
Do you remember? We advised him right on this program. Say, you've seen some little indication of APC. So you can see it's pocketed to one pocket here and PDP pocketed to the other. But to the NDC, we said it on. You said it that your fellow former governor from Bayelsa is the chairman there. You have a smooth and easy ride there. Okay, who is going to come now and contest? Shebina is only your elder brother. So your elder brother would have even stayed behind. You would have had the ticket. Then it's up to you to fight it out to the end. You are still incumbent anyhow. You refuse to listen. You said it. I said
well, his elder brother is there.
Okay.
His younger brother too. He's also the
Senate. So anyhow, national and state, we have the footballers. Let's hope. Because as you saw, their own venue too, they had to push the venue somewhere to the outskirts of Abuja after the ugly experience they had when they were trying to unveil their candidates. It was another ugly experience.
So why will we be doing this?
No, these are the things we're talking about. The choke on democracy. Because what we're practicing,
threats on democracy.
Yeah, these are the threats we're talking about on democracy. That's just what that elder statesman Oba Olaitan was talking about. These are the things we're saying. And this is what's so funny is that, number one, you are the ruling party. Number two, you have more governors than less. Number three, everything is tipped in your favor. What could it be again? So if they gather, and then what's about of all you're saying these are factions. So it's Turaki-led faction. So if a faction gathers, how will that affect you? If Peter Obi emerges, why is that so troubling to you? This is somebody you've seen has jumped out of so many parties just to even escape this type of should I say, persecution, and you are still finding right where you're going to persecute him to the end. These are the things we're talking about. The democratic space is really being
toxic.
Toxic. Toxicity is spilling over.
And that goes to show, in my own opinion, that goes to show the kind of leaders we have now. I keep telling people that leadership, power is not the office. Power is the person. I don't know why some of our leaders will not allow other political players to breathe. Democracy is a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. For crying out loud.
The election is a contest. Only one person will win, but others will still contest. But when only you and only the is that still a contest? Is it still democracy? It's enthronement now.
Of course not. Well, it's so sad, and it's good that elder statements such as Oladipo is speaking out. It's also good that some other statements are statements are also speaking out. And for those who are not speaking out, you are more or less adjudged to be an onlooker or a political coward, as the case may be. You need to speak out, because this is our country. The international communities are watching, and we must get things right. All right, thank you, Madam Mickey, for that wonderful submission, and for making yourself available to ensure that we have first-hand reports of what went on. I hope we could get that video.
Yeah, so I promise you I'll get it for you for the voices.
Okay, before we finish what's trending, we might even also show it.
Right.
If we can get it done.
Okay.
Do you have it done?
But if not, you can have some photographs. If you have spot photographs.
You have some photographs? Okay.
Yeah, we'll
all right, we'll be going on a short break. When we return, we'll go straight to the last segment of the morning show, which is what is trending. We'll be back after this time. My name is Chidi Kenneth. Stay tuned. Go nowhere. We'll be back shortly. Mickey as well in the studio to do justice to what is trending. Well, let's step it down from political issues and then see other social issues and what's trending. Okay. Fairly good morning.
Good morning and happy new month.
Thank you.
Happy new month,
good morning.
You're all on black this morning, and you're on black. Okay, well, me, I don't know what my color is.
My color is picking your color.
Official pink.
Black and pink.
Okay. What's trending?
Of course, a lot is trending. You mentioned away from politics, but unfortunately, we're not going too away from politics because it's the electioneering season and a lot is going on. I beg your pardon, when it comes to elections. And I heard you from the control room talking about good luck and what transpired over the weekend. Well, we bring the video of one of the happenings over the weekend as well in regards good luck, PDP, and everything. Let's have the video.
So we are not insisting on moving into the A-class event center. Even though we have a valid and subsisting contract between us and them. In any case, the event for the day had been done. President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan has been adopted as our presidential candidate. So I want to urge on our leaders and elders and distinguished party men and women, especially our delegates for this 2026 special national convention, to say the deed indeed has been done. Jonathan as the PDP presidential candidate for the 2027 election. In spite of that, we had decided to now come to the A class and then see for ourselves whether indeed it is true that policemen have been sent to ensure that our special national convention does not take place here. We have seen for ourselves, members of the press, you are witnesses to this undeniable fact that all the roads and routes to A class have been barricaded by policemen. We had spoken to one of the senior police officers here on the ground, and then we did ask, are policemen here in line with our letter to the Commissioner of Police, FCT, to give us protection to do our event, or are they here to prevent us as threatened by the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike? And she had responded in a very polite manner to say, while they are not here at our instance, they are here to ensure that there is no break.
Good Lord, Jonathan have been adopted in their English, in their words, as the PDP presidential candidate officially.
Gang gang, that's all I'm going to say. Gang 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 gang. You know, those days when we were growing up, there's this sound we always hear. When you hear that sound in the movie, gang gang means that is something is about to go down. All right, congratulations to Rebellion Jonathan and Zikiwe, as it's fondly called. And well, it is what it is. And I want to also say this issue of political toxicity, our political draconian atmosphere that we are creating amongst our polity is not necessary. I don't know why the Minister of FCT, Barrister Yesu, as one week, we deploy the services of policemen to ensure that, according to the statement by Turakide, that they should not go into a private facility that was paid for. Come on now, it's not just infringing on your democratic right. It's also infringing on your transactional and business right. Because this property, A class, much as I know A class is one of the oldest and biggest event center in Abuja. I think it's over 10 to 15 years old now, if I'm not mistaken. Because I knew when it was built, and then here we are. Somebody is saying you cannot use it. Well, as resident, as tough as the Turakile faction is, they held everywhere is a venue.
There was no retreat, no surrender.
It must not have a roof.
Yes.
After all, we see conventions happening at the open glare. Yes. So venue is venue. The Eagle Square is not roofed. Is it roofed?
No, it's not roofed.
So that is their own Eagle Square.
Yes, I think now this confirms the fact that there have been rumors that Tinubu is using good luck for some Kurukere movement.
There's this allegation making the round that Tinubu is good luck is one for Tinubu. But never don't be in a hurry to judge, because these politicians are actors. That's why they make you believe, they create all kinds of scenes to make it look as if there is some form of disagreement. If you see them chilling, you understand that
no common enemies, only common interests. Yeah. That's their freedom.
But anyway, let's see. The game has started. We have now Accord Party as a presidential candidate.
Okay. What's that? What did you say?
Accord.
Accord.
I don't know the name again. I tried to remember the name. I think it's one of the newspapers.
And we have Sowore.
Sowore is there. We have Duke, Onu, Makinde.
APM now.
And now Jonathan. So now the race is, we have four major horses running the race. Madam Miki.
5.
Okay, we have the incumbent. Atiku. Peter Obi.
Good luck, Jonathan. And who is for SCB? Donald Duke.
Is it popular?
Well.
To an extent, I would say.
We'll just mention those 5 for now.
It's not a new name, but it has not been
name rings a bell.
Okay, well, Sheyi Makinde then.
Well, All right. Any other thoughts? So you want to say something? Because this video is.
That was just what we were waiting for earlier on. So that just summarizes our earlier.
Yeah, okay. That video also supports the claim that security men prevented Nigerians from exercising their civic rights.
All right, let's have the next video of a farewell message, a goodwill message, where a chieftain came to a long epistle of message to the president, our former president. He's already a former president. Thank you for your services, for everything you did. But this is the time that we say no to you. It's not in my words. Let's have the video, please.
This is a special message to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Dear President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our outgoing president, I am sending this message to you directly, sir, to let you know that you are not coming back next year, sir. I'm sending this message to tell you that my generation has rejected you, sir. I'm also sending this message to let you know that the generations behind us, they have also rejected you, sir. But the Gen Alpha, the Gen Zs, they have rejected you, sir. My own generation, the millennials, we have rejected you, sir. And in fact, the baby boomers, your immediate younger ones, they have also rejected you. We understand that a few of them are still going all over the place, making it look like you are being accepted. They are lying to you, Mr. President. You are the most hated Nigerian president in the history of Nigeria. And you are also the most failed president. You have failed even than former President Muhammadu Buhari. And of course, now we are beginning to wonder why his government was that bad. Because majority of the people that served in his government were your people. You have failed us, Mr. President. And so you are not coming back. I will mention just 4 things. It used to look like a movie when kidnapping started in Nigeria. Under the APC, it had become a daily reality amongst Nigerians. That is a reality that will end next year when Peter Obi becomes president. Just in 1 year, 2.2 million kidnappings happened. Just in 1 year under your leadership, Mr. President, or shall I say rulership. 2.2 million. Since America had existed more than 400 years ago. I'm not sure kidnappings in America amount up to 200,000. But under you, you are setting world records of calamities. You are a disgrace to the Yoruba race, sir. The whole APC should cover their faces in shame and withdraw from politics, go back to their children and teach them how not to fail, because they are failures. 2.2 million kidnappings in 1 year, Mr. President, with trillions of naira given. I don't know how you want to prove that to Nigerians. Number 2, you have borrowed between 2023 and now 65.9 trillion naira. More than 55 years of Nigeria's borrowing. Your borrowing of 2 years is more than Nigeria's 55 years of borrowing. I don't know how you want to explain that, Mr. President. And we cannot even pinpoint the project that this money has been pumped into. You are a failure, Mr. President. I don't like you. I will never like you. And so my generation don't like you. And we will never like you. And we are not afraid, Mr. President, because we know that you people believe in thuggery, you people believe in violence. But Mr. President, how many violence do you have against the unity of Nigerians? Because we are going to speak in one voice against you, sir. And Mr. President, I am not afraid of you, Mr. President. We are not afraid of you, Mr. President. We will vote you out. We will defend our votes. We will count it, and we will see you go back to your house to face your grandchildren and be whatever role model you want to be to them. I still pray that God bless you and grant you the wisdom not to push harder, because you cannot push against the people, Mr. President. And the people of Nigeria have rejected you. Heaven have rejected you. ilẹ̀ ti kọ̀ yín, ayé ti kọ̀ yín, ọ̀run ti kọ̀ yín, ìgbà ti kọ̀ yín. There's nothing you can do about it, Mr. President. I wish you well in your remaining months as Nigeria's president, because this time next year, you will be preparing to hand over. Impossible is dead.
I hate it going. So
Give us a translation of that, please.
Well, they're trying to tell you that we have rejected you, the world has rejected you, like everybody have rejected you. As in, we are tired.
That's a strong message coming from Mighty, you know.
You understand? So this is, I'm speechless watching this video. Madam Mickey, you're even cold.
You know why I'm even speechless is the fact that even now, once you open your mouth now, you know where you're already halfway off the radar. So I mean, the boldness alone, what got me taken aback. And then, like he said, he was going to itemize the reasons why. When he now mentioned 2.2 million, even I was aghast.
Now 1 year and 69 trillion borrowed.
Yes.
The highest borrowing since 1960.
I knew kidnapping was exploding, but I did 2.2 million.
Yes.
I was. Who is coming next?
Let me shake my head this time around.
Who is next? Who is safe?
Whooping 2.2 million kidnapped.
No, at what point are we going to declare a state of emergency?
If you're going to break it,
I'm not going to hide my feelings on air. Anybody supporting a government with this kind of statistics, I don't know where your conscience is.
The person needs psychiatric attention.
So,
I don't know, a particular clergyman is, I don't know, popular clergyman, if that is true.
In a year.
Okay.
There are 365 days.
I learned that a particular popular clergyman is, I don't know how true, but if that is true, Augusta, Kenneth Chid is telling you, Augusta, you will not even see my children, my grandchildren near your church.
He came to declare his support for Tinubu.
He has not declared, but we are hearing that backstage is from his tribe. But it's happy you are seeing that Oba Olaitan, Yoruba man is speaking now. This other man that spoke is also Yoruba.
Yes, Ayobami Mighty.
Yeah, so this is not the issue of tribe now.
It's beyond it. If it's
because the 2.2 million kidnapped,
what they're going through
is not in one part of
Nigeria. Punch that your calculator. 2.2, then 365 days are in a year.
That
we have 2.2 million.
Daily kidnapping.
Okay, let me do the calculation. Viewers, watch. You know, today is all about mathematics again.
Yes,
again.
Let's see.
Because that's where it got me cold. I couldn't talk. You know.
Divided by 365.
Divided by 365. So what that happened means is that a day we have 6,027 kidnaps daily.
Just a year.
No, in a day.
Yes, I'm saying so. Within a year, every day we experience that
6,027 kidnaps.
Now these are the recorded ones too. I am very certain there are some kidnappings that gone unnoticed.
Wait, how are we 250 million citizens? I wish we were up to 50 million.
Remaining. Remaining. Because the kidnapping involves stealing, our kidnapping
2.2 million
gone. Kidnapped.
Divided by 365 days. We have 6,027 kidnaps a day.
Divided by half again. They will kill half of them.
Divided by 24 hours again.
That's the numbers of those that will be killed, you know.
So in every hour, 251 kidnaps is going on.
In every hour.
No, at this point, this one is beyond making statements now. What we need urgent movement.
I just love the fact that we're being intentional about numbers and keeping records. You know, I watched a video where someone said on social media yesterday, he said Nigerians were too quick into taking decisions without making research, without asking questions, without getting to the source, how this. That is why
we said it here in the program before you came. We even said doing fundamental research.
Let me help you, so our viewers will get it right. Mighty Ayobami said 2.2 million kidnaps in a year.
Yes.
If you divide 2.2 kidnaps situations in a year by 365 days, what we have is 6,027 kidnaps daily. Every day. Now, if you divide it by 24 hours, what we have is 251 kidnaps in every 1 hour. And somebody is telling me we are 240 million citizens. I don't know. I don't know. I rest my case in this case, Madam Mickey.
I'm not resting at all. I'm not jittery. I'm jittery now.
The thing is, I'm shaking from my bones.
Yes,
I am, sincerely. You know,
that's when you notice I now froze when you were. I was listening. 2.2 million.
And somebody is telling somebody not to campaign in a facility he paid for. That person must be a bloodthirsty demon. Whoever is doing that is a bloodthirsty demon. If you are not seeing
your own campaign would have been
if not for some reasons, I would have loved to display a picture on screen to show you what the kidnappers did to a child.
Please don't go there.
I have that picture.
Please. I don't go there.
No, I saw it
myself to sleep last night. You know.
It's not the burning rubber issue.
Yes, I saw that one.
The stone?
The stone. And the way they tied. I said I cried.
How the stone was placed.
I didn't watch it.
And tied on the neck of a child.
The beheaded man, I haven't watched it.
And the stone strangled the child together with the leg.
With the leg and the neck.
You have the picture?
No, please. No, please. Please. No.
No, we're not. We can't show that.
No, we shouldn't. I cried. I literally cried myself.
And somebody did that to a child.
200 and something are going off today. Yes. Will I calculate today's own now?
It's not AI. It's not an imaginary picture. It's real. So a child of not up to 5, within 5-6 years.
251 kidnaps every hour.
No, please. No.
Okay.
Please.
How big was the child?
Within 5 to 6 years.
At this juncture, I think we will wrap it up.
Please don't even watch that. You'll be traumatized sincerely at this point.
No. All right, thank you very much. There's something to talk about much because I don't know why for the past 1 week now, it's been emotional. It's been emotional pictures and videos.
And it will be like that till we get it right.
Somebody somewhere, I sat down in the corner and somebody was just telling me, giving me reasons why this government should come back. And I was telling I was looking at that person.
The person no swallow it. You know, make the person swallow it.
Well, next election is going to be the D-Day. If you don't like what is going on, go and get your PVC. If you don't vote next year, you are part of the problem. That is all I'm going to say. On this note, gentlemen and ladies, no gentlemen, thank you very much for being on the morning show.
Thank you for
It's nice having you bright and early. Tomorrow we'll be here at the same time to continue from where we stop on other issues making the round. My name is Chidi Kenneth. On behalf of the crew, I want to say bye-bye. You have a blessed day and pray for Nigeria. Get your PVC. God bless you.